to pay Paul and Priscilla. My money was fine, honey. Y'all can hear what I'm saying. I kept hearing all these prosperity messages that God became poor so that I might be rich. I kept reading it. I kept hearing it, and so I knew that there was another level and dimension. And I'm not just talking about, you have people in church talking about going to the next level or so. I often want I figured somebody had to be going to that level, but it wasn't me. And so I made a connection with God, and I said, I will cease from using phrases that I know nothing about. And so I discovered that I couldn't talk about where I've never been. And so I stood in the pulpit of many days and talked about stuff that I've never experienced. But I come as a liberator tonight. Because I started out saying I'm living on the wrong side of time. Where I live now is not where God intends for me to live. I gotta take my time tonight. I discovered that where I'm living is not where God wants me to be. Yes. And I'm not just being spiritual. Right. But I'm being transparent, because I need you to know that I've been where you are. You understand? And so I discovered that there's, in reading the word pitch, that there is a such thing as an overflow. And you know what an overflow means? That means it can be full. Y'all got a glass? That means it can be full, but somebody give me a glass of some water. Come on, let's do an overflow. Could I wet your floor? I just want you to know. I just want you to know that I do believe whatever's loose on earth. Y'all ain't with me. I make sure you got enough water. Because I believe what's loosed on earth, it's gonna be loose in heaven. See, that's why I told you I ain't got no time to be playing this here bit. I need to make sure we got enough. See, and that's a good example. I thank you for helping me, because that's a good example. See, part of the problem is we don't have enough. And you can't get over if you don't have enough. Look at somebody, tell them I gotta have enough before I go. So a lot of times we're looking for, we're saying those words. How many times have you said overflow, abundance, and I'm thinking somewhere somebody in some church is operating on a level of overflow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And here I am working 2 full-time jobs. 2 full-time government jobs. Y'all know what I'm saying. And I'm still scuffing. See, because I've come to realize that it has nothing to do with how many jobs you got. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with a paycheck. Come on, Pastor. Tell it. Come on, Pastor. Because all of my help comes from yes, sir. Yes. So listen to what I'm saying tonight. Jesus. So I'm saying you can work all the overtime, that you want to, but your blessing ain't in your overtime. Your blessing, you'll find, will be in the overflow. Are y'all with me today? I ain't reading that scripture yet, but I'm getting it. I'm saying? See, because the enemy pissed, he had me coming to church and had me using words like, "Are you saying this for a second? Oh, you too clean. You clean." But listen, he had me using words that I knew nothing about. You understand what I'm saying? And I was broke, and I didn't know that my mouth was connected to my blessing. And I discovered that my negativity coming out of my mouth had affected overflow. And God thought enough of me to let me be able to pay my little bills. Y'all hear what I'm saying? But I had nothing left over. Because when I would run into Deacon and he asked me how I'm doing, asked me how I'm looking financially, I say I'm broke as a donut. And I discovered that those words, because the power of life and death, this church should have been built a long time ago. I said this church should have been built a long time ago.
Amen. Yes. Come on, Pastor. Yes.
Have your way, Lord.
But because of our negativity.
Yes.
I said because of our negativity, we've talked our way out of our church.
Come on,
It ain't got nothing to do with people, because if it can take 30 or 40 people can build one on 71st. So I discovered that I was living on the wrong side of town. I was operating on the wrong dimension. I was coming to church. God, I don't know why I'm going this way. I was coming to church pits, and in Sunday school or on Wednesday night Bible class, I would never give more than $1. I was the president of the Dollar Club. Now you ain't got to raise your hand, but I got some Dollar Club members. I'm looking at some right now. I got some Dollar Club members. See, we got some folk who wanna tip God, but then they wanna look for overflow. See, unless you sow, if you go to Genesis 8th chapter, you'll find out that God always have operated on seed time and harvest. Seed time and harvest. So, in other words, what I'm saying is that seed in your pocket, you can never get a harvest off of that seed. You got to sow it. But please don't hate on me now. Don't